Okay, so League Racing is almost back on YouTube. I don't have a clue when the season actually starts, so I should probably check this. So the season starts next Sunday on the 14th, so in this video we're going to be reviewing our competition in F3 and seeing what we're going to see how badly we're going to do in this season. I should also mention it's going to be a completely unbiased opinion on the grid. I'm not going to sway towards other drivers or other teams because I prefer them, so yeah, let's get straight on into this. Starting with Williams, we have arguably the strongest lineup on the grid. Carl Walden onto the podium, probably the strongest and probably going to absolutely dominate. In all seriousness, they're probably not going to dominate as much as I think, simply because Carl Walden is an absolute bottle and onto the podium is probably just going to have to carry this team. Next up we have the complete Irish team in the Mercedes from Taurus and BUA9? BUA9. I'm going to think he's a droid in Star Wars and say BUA9. Notorious, arguably the most consistent person in this league, and BUA9, former F6 champion. So yeah, I think a pretty strong team actually. I don't know how BUA9 drives, but Notorious is definitely, he's a thorn in my side last season, so I expect no different from him. Moving on to McLaren, I called these guys Team Unnecessary Numbers because their names are just ridiculous. I mean, look at them. What does that even mean? Bad Boy last season had a pretty good start to the season. Kind of dropped off to the end, but he is a quick driver. A Biodun. I'm gonna go with a Biodun. That doesn't sound right when I say it, but I'm gonna stick with it. I have no idea how he drives, so I can't actually give my opinion on him. Well, from what I know, we have half a strong lineup. I have no idea about the other driver, so I'm just going to move on. In the Red Bull we have last season's champions, Sao Paulo and Frank Dank. I think it's Frank Dank. There's no A, but I'm going to say Frank Dank. In all seriousness, I think these two are going to win the constructors, and I think Frank Dank's going to win the drivers. This is definitely the strongest team, and we are probably going to get absolutely slaughtered by them. In the Ferrari we have Team F4, Frieso and Cheetah. Cheetah is the current F4 champion, and Frieso is the runner-up. Two strong drivers, although Frieso never shows up to any of the races, so he won't be a threat at all. So I reckon these guys could challenge for top 3. Although Frieso he's pretty good at bottling races, so Cheetah may have to carry him. Next we have the all-British team of Sauber. Fragglepaul returning to F3. He didn't do the best when he last was in F3. I think he got 18th or 20th. Pretty shit. Aaron Taylor is pretty quick, but he is renowned for losing his front wing, much like I am. So Sauber, I reckon they could challenge the top 5. I'm definitely just not saying that to try and put pressure on them. In the Haas we have Chulo Cookie. I think that's how you say it. Don't hate me if I get it wrong, please. And we have Robot Sophie. Robot Sophie is pretty quick. I'm not gonna lie, I've never raced her, but I've seen that she's pretty quick. But let's be serious for a second here. Chulo Cookie is probably going to absolutely dominate. He is easily the quickest person in this league, and I'm sure he's going to walk away with the title. Next we have the Toro Rosso team of JT Killer, who is a former F6 driver, who's quite quick, but apparently inconsistent. I haven't actually raced him for long. He was in the pre-season race, but he didn't really last too long in it, so I can't really judge his speed. And alongside him we have, oh god, Zaffa. I'm going to call him Zaffa, but from what I've seen he's actually quite laggy, so I'll try and stay away from him. Next we have the Renault team of Flying Through, his former F4, and Mr. Stim's back. Oh, that's a good one. Mr. Stim, you may recognise the name. I raced him in my first season of F6, and to say I humiliated him and broke him would be an understatement. But yeah, the Flying Through is actually quite quick. He could challenge for the title, although he is in the Renault, so everyone knows how shit that car is. And Mr. Stim will definitely be my rival for the season in all seriousness. It should be a good battle. Hopefully I can beat him again, although I'm not that quick on this game, so We'll have to see, but it should be a good rivalry. And the final team we're going to be looking at is the Force India boys, the former Toro Rosso boys of last season, Wacko 25 and Stephen L 95. As you may have seen if you watched the pre-season race, Wacko absolutely dominated. Hopefully he won't do it again. And Stephen had a couple good battles with. He was pretty consistent, although did have a few mess ups here and there, but a pretty decent team nonetheless. And Wacko, could he challenge for the drivers? If he keeps his consistency, there's no reason why he can't, but he did bottle it quite a lot last season, so that is the lineup for F3 for next season, starting next Sunday. I'm going to go with my top 3 predictions for the drivers and the constructors. This is a complete guess, but I'm going to say Frank Dank in the Red Bull will win. Second, I think, will be Cheetah. And I think Flying Froome will come third. Maybe Wacko, I think it'll be between those two. And in the constructors, I think Red Bull are going to run away with it. Second, I'm going to say Ferrari are going to take second. And much like the drivers, I'm going to say Renault and Force India, possibly for third. It's going to be close. I reckon Renault will just about take it, with Force India coming in fourth. So there you go. I bet you weren't expecting that. That was actually some serious predictions. But yes, that is my predictions. That is the F3 grid for next season. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. And see ya.